In as much as we know overthinking is bad and it can get you and lead you to situations that you yourself can't handle, situations like mental breakdown, stress, and depression, we don't have to focus only on the bad things and the negative side. You can also take advantage of the situation and make your overthinking positive. You can always look at the brighter side of things. You can always try to understand what different aspects of life can be. And so today, this overthinker was just seated somewhere, and actually I was planning to do a certain video, and I was like, I just can't let this get out of my mind, like be in my mind, without sharing it with you guys. And what is this? This is this issue that is always having people into suicidal, people have going into crime, people just going into like situations that they can't explain, situations that they don't know and they don't want to be. And we can't avoid life because we don't know where fate gets us. No one wishes and prays to be in a certain level. Like, we only have to opt and struggle and be positive and just, yeah, make the best out of it. We can't choose our fate, we can't choose our destiny, but we just have to just like strive and hope for the best. We put little efforts towards it. So what am I talking about today? I just got to think about life at large, and I was asking myself certain questions. Not that I'm in that situation, but that got me to this aspect of the balance of life. What do I mean by the balance of life? So just as we get going, I want to welcome each and every one of you who's joining us for the first time. Thanks to each and every one of you who's always walked with me through this journey. And I also encourage each and every one of you, like, to just have a place in this home, because this is the place you'll never regret. Grab yourself that seat, secure that spot, and relax. So with that said, kindly click the subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell, and don't forget that this is the only place that happens to appreciate, accept, and just be there for you. It listens to you, it never judges you, and we can work together. Like, I've never found myself being so vocal, I've never found myself being in the level of like just learning to know, like, Charlotte, this is how things are, and you don't owe anyone an explanation for what you think, what you are doing. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Chronicles of Charlotte. So to get this going, I'd always give these videos a thumbs up, and don't forget to click on the like button, because that's what I mean by the thumbs up, all for the positive energy, right? So as we get going, comment on the same comment section. Let us vibe, let us get to learn and understand one another, and let us heal and secure souls. Let us be there for one another by always sharing the links. So just to get this episode going, what is the balance of life? The balance of life, I happen to realize, it's not that I've gone to the dictionary and chambuad, or I've gone to the internet. This is just something that popped in my mind. And being someone who gets into deep thoughts at times, like, yeah, once in a day, I'm always, yeah, in another realm. I get to understand that the balance of life is this situation, or it's just the existence where we happen to find ourselves in different levels, different situations, different standards, different societies, different lifestyle. And if that wouldn't have happened, then life would be so boring, because it is the difference in everything that makes life amazing, that lets us exist, that lets us be there. Like, it's that difference that makes our personalities, that makes the life we live, that makes who we are and makes the world, the place, and the universe like be in that. I don't know how to put it, but it's what makes the universe the definition of what it can be. Like whatever you understand with what life is, but just know, no matter what, there will always be a difference in something. Like we will never be the same. That is what I refer to the balance of life. And this has led to so many issues, positive, negative, growth, and frustration, disappointment. But you know what? Life must move on. Life has to continue. So, have you ever asked yourself, why is it that for some people it may be very easy to get something or get themselves in a certain situation, but to someone else that one is a very much hurdle? It's gonna be a struggle, an investment. Yet when you just look at someone, they're just like ta 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 ta, and that's where they find themselves. That is the balance of life. That is where life puts our potentials and our abilities and our talents different. Because just imagine where each and every person never had any other talent than drawing or than singing. How would life be? Everyone would be a musician, and it wouldn't bring the effect that music has to the society like right now. The difference in that, artists, musicians, and everyone, dancers, every talent, every ability that each and every person has is what makes this amazing. It is what makes us get able to do things together. And so I took a note of what was just coming into my mind, and I happen to just be like, for life to be balanced, like reasons and ways to go through the balance of life, like we have to go through various phases and we have to understand things differently. And for us to do that, then best believe first I have to accept. Acceptance is key. What do I mean by acceptance? Once you accept that something is happening to you, or something, or your friend is in a certain situation that you can't be, or you are in a situation where your family member has never been, then don't ask so many questions, no matter how bad it is, no matter how positive it is. There's always a reason behind something. You might be in a certain situation, you have abilities to help your friend. The purpose of your life is to secure and support your family. The purpose of your life is to help maintain, because if at all everyone in the family was so sane, then best believe it will lead to a sort of monotonous, and being normal is boring, right? That's why you happen to find people having different ways of handling different issues, different characters, and different abilities. And with us being friends to each other, that's when apparently you will have to work with your friend in a certain situation. That's why you are there. If you're having that negative influence, then that's a course. You are there to teach your friend a certain lesson. If you're having positive influence, then you're destined to be like the savior to a person's life. So let us learn to accept. We don't have to question so much. Like, we just have to accept and work with it. And second, as I was just thinking, is to learn to be content and satisfied with the little that we have. There's no greater feeling, or there's no happiness when you're sleeping at peace. when you're not thinking about what people are thinking about you, when you're not, as in, being jealous, and when you're not trying to justify yourself. Once you learn to be content, life will always be smooth. Like, one man's meat is another one's poison. We all have different stories, and we all have different, like, we all have to write our life story differently. That's why it will always get to a point where people will always point fingers and be like, she's just doing this because someone is doing that. Or she was never like this until she met this person. If it's for the positive energy, then embrace it. But you don't have to do what people are doing. You don't have to always adjust. You don't have to be the one who's always diffused in people's lifestyle. It seems like it will feel like you don't know what you want, and you just don't know your place. People will always degrade you. People will take you for granted. If at all, you're always complaining. Like, we all have those questions, but be satisfied with that. The little that you have today, you're having a meal a day. Tomorrow you'll have that full course meal. Like, you'll have that 3 squared meal. Today you might be working with one pair of shoe per week. Then the next month, you never know what may happen to you. You'll even be using, like, you'll be changing outfits like thrice a day. So let us just accept where we are. Stop justifying ourselves. Let us just be content to avoid a lot of issues. Because once you start thinking so hard, and once you start comparing yourself, that's when you'll find yourself into thoughts and trying to find ways and to like manage and be like others. And those ways may have a bad impact and a bad influence to the society, and the worst it to you and the family and the people you love most. So yeah, that's what I had to say. Just as we continue, tell a friend, So, talking about content, we have the good, like they say, every coin has two sides, right? And today I want to talk about, as much as we promised each other and we're always manifesting for positivity, I want to talk about jealousy. Avoid being jealous for people, towards people. If you're jealous at all, I'm not saying that being jealous is bad. There's that sort of jealousy that pushes you to the highest, that makes you go a step higher, that brings the best in you. But the jealousy I'm talking about is that jealousy that you see your friend falling into a ditch and you'd never tell them. Why? They're always walking. They're always having their strides figured out. So that moment when you see this bad thing happening to them, then you can't help them. Or you can't even compliment one another. Or you're always discouraging each other. Like, for you, someone may be having clear intentions. Let it not be that you're always the one who is being complimented, or always the one who is happier in the friendship, in the relationship, in the whatever course you are into might be. But also be the one walking, holding each other's arm. Be the watchdog to each other. Like, before you see the weakness in someone, then please go sit yourself somewhere and try to understand why is this person facing this? Is there a way we can help, and is there a way we can work together, rather than going behind the back talking about it, or even like taking it to your advantage. Like, jealousy will only block your blessings. That's for a fact, because God never sleeps, God never slumbers. God will only like help and be there for people who have clean intentions towards the others. You don't expect that you always wishing people bad and you're always having this bad energy. Yani unashinda tu kikasirika with the little things that happen to people. Always, never, even you can't like applaud someone for making a certain step in life. Then you expect that you will reach to that place, or even if you reach there, best believe the outcome won't be as impressive as it would have been if at all you had good intentions. So just as we continue, I don't know why I have to talk about this, but flexibility. Yeah, just like someone can dance, another person can't. I can be able to raise a finger with ease, but you will have like to hold your arms and to hold your fingers so as to raise one finger. So just understand that it's never a smooth journey. It will never be a walk in the park, and it will never like have to be the same each and every day. Once you come to learn that, then hulala, this will be the best place, this will be the home, because you'll always be ready for adjustments. You'll always fit the shoe in no matter way things come, because you know what, like things will never be the same and we have to adjust. So if today you're having that bad hair day like me, try to find a way. I'm not saying that my hair is bad, but what I'm trying to put across is like, if you're having that moment that, you know what, this weather is so cold and I can't be in a dress, short sleeve dress or a t-shirt, then I have to put on a sweater. That's the flexibility I'm talking about. I'm avoiding pneumonia, I'm avoiding cold, and I'm just avoiding like respiratory issues. You know what? Because if you don't adjust to the system, then the system will adjust to your way of life. And that never happens. What happens when it adjusts to you? Nothing flows. That's when you find like everything you touch is always a mess. Everything you do is always disgusting. Everything you talk about, people are always like, we thought you could do better. That's not you. Let us adjust. Okay. Life has given you lemons, then what do you have to do about them? Life is giving you like ice cream, life is giving you sugar, life is giving you salt. Make a good use of it. Use your talent, use your ability, take advantage of situations, and always adjust. Like, it doesn't have to be the same on a daily, and we have to accept that. And once we accept that, then it will always be easy. You're so healthy. What are you doing with your skin? You're so like always on toes. Tell me about that. You're always like, today you woke up and your account was just reading a mess. You have to be at work. You have to make food for yourself. You have to do 1, 2, 3. Like, you have the basic needs, but it's just that day. I don't have to steal for people. I don't have to keep begging, but I have to find a place and a way to adjust. I look, the next time I get money, even if I have to owe someone, the next time I have to get money, and then I have to prepare that budget. I have to look at what went wrong, what didn't work for me, and what is the best way for me to do it. That's the flexibility I'm talking about. And before I just close this episode, don't compete with friends. I don't know if I've talked about that, But in as much as we are not competing with each other, always wish each other well and pray for the best for each other, because it's through your clear intentions that's when even the Lord will have clear and pure intentions towards you. So yeah, I've just had this amazing, and I believe you also take a note of this, and whatever way or whatever issue you may be facing, take advantage of it. Try to understand and try to make the best out of it, because you know what, there's always a brighter side to each and every dark moment. That's why we have the day and we have the night. That's why when it comes at night, our bodies just shut by themselves. And that's when it comes to the day, your body will just know like it's time to be active. Your eyes have to know that they have to be wide open. So balance your life, because it's just you, and don't make it boring, make it worth living. So until we meet again, yeah, I just want to see you each like taking advantage and making it a balance, and just making it a better place to be, and yeah, being of greater influence to one another. So before I miss you guys, because I know you always miss me and I miss you so bad, kindly click the subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell, comment down below, and give these videos a thumbs up. And don't forget, in case there's something that is bothering you, something that is getting you on a low, then we're always for one another. And guess what, it's a free world. You can do as you please, but make sure whatever step you're taking, you're not having a bad influence towards someone. Until then, balance, balance, balance.